next question we have taken from 2023 trial paper Johor paper 1 question 8. Right, so for part A we have a diagram that shows the graph for this function. Okay, and then it says x-intercept is -1 and it is discontinuous at the y-axis. Okay, so you can see that when x equals to 0, there is no value of y. Okay, no value of y. So based on this graph, we need to find where when x equals to 0, what is the value of this function. Right, so technically here, just now we saw that if x equals to 0, there is no answer. But there's a 1/2 here. Okay, so this 1/2 is actually the values which is near to this dot. Okay, so what should we write for this one? Should we write 1/2 or should we write undefined? Okay, so I'll let you all to have 5 seconds to think about this. Alright, so the answer is undefined. Okay, reason is because this one is actually telling us to find the exact value where technically we don't have, because it says discontinuous at y-axis. When x equals to 0, it does not have a value, it is undefined. But let's say I rewrite this question. Let's say it asks us to find the value where x approaches to 0. What is the value of f of x? Okay, this one, then we can only write 1/2, because this one we are finding the approximate value or the estimate value. Okay, so for this one it asks us the exact value, this one it asks us the approximate value, so both of these are different. Okay, so again, back to the question, since it asks us to find the exact value, so this one is undefined. Okay, so part 2, we need to find the value of f of x where it approaches to -1. Okay, so this one we need to approach from both sides, left and right. Okay, so eventually it will reach to this point. So this one is the x-intercept, so the f of x or the y value is actually 0. Okay. Alright, next question. Here it says, hence, using the rationalization method, show that the value for this one is 1/2. Okay, so again, rationalization method is we need to multiply the conjugate, and the purpose to doing so is to remove the square root. Right, so let's write this out. Limit x approaches 0 and the function lah. Okay, so this one again we need to multiply its conjugate, so according to this value here which has a square root, we need to find the opposite lah. So since this one is negative, the opposite would be this one is positive, and this one we need to multiply above and below. Okay, so if we cross multiply this, okay, so this one is same values have square root, so if you multiply, you're only left with the value. Okay, so now you can see that this one, it will cancel off each other because one is positive, one is negative. So this one will be 0. And for the denominator, we don't need to do anything first. Okay, we made it as it is. Okay, and for this one, let me simplify a bit. So this one is 1 minus -1, so this one we cancel off. Okay, so now if we want to substitute x equals to 0 into here, right, you can see that it is still a problem because of this x. If this one is 0, technically everything will be 0, right? So what we need to do is, from the numerator, we need to factorize 1x out, which is something like this. Okay, from both of these values, take 1x. Reason is because I can cross it with the x below. So now I can only substitute the 0 inside to my function, otherwise I cannot. Okay, so let me substitute it. So everything here, x will be 0, and you will find that your answer is 1/2, okay, which is shown.